Get ready with me today as we discuss Army accommodations for the beard. A lot of y'all are getting religious right now as things have changed recently when it comes to our beards. I just want to discuss the main points when it comes to an Army accommodation. Number one, getting your accommodation is an S1 function. Now, are chaplains a part of it? Absolutely, of course, right? But it is an S1 function. That means there's a lot of memos involved. But let's discuss the chaplain section of it, okay? So when you go talk to your chaplain, there's a couple things you just need to keep in mind. First, you need to know your rights. If you go talk to a chaplain and you want them to do a religious accommodation, or you guess one, and you say, I want to do a religious accommodation, they can't tell you no. They can't. If you really want to force it, then you can have your religious accommodation submitted. However, if your chaplain's sitting there talking to you and you're discussing it, they can advise you or mentor you to let you know that maybe you're just not quite ready to submit it because they know it's going to be denied. The chaplain might just have to have that honest conversation with you and look across the table and say, hey, listen, you're not quite there yet. I know you've been Norse pagan or Muslim or whatever it is for 3 days because you want this, but you need to understand your religion a little bit more to understand why religiously or theologically you want a religious accommodation. For me personally, the biggest question I ask is at the very end. And the question is, if you're denied to have your religious accommodation, what does that do to your future career in the military? Now, the same thing can be asked, like, well, you went through basic training and everything else, and you shaved during that time. You've been shaving for, like 1, 2, 6, 8 years, whatever it is. What changed, right? So if you were religious then and you were okay shaving, then what changed? Like, also, if the military says, no, we don't believe you, or no, we can't give you that accommodation, can you still stay in the military? Will you still wear the uniform, right? Will you still continue to serve and just shave? That's a big question. And it really forces you and forces the individuals to realize where you are and how important it really is. Now, I'll move on from that. Another thing I want you to know is that chaplains are different. We're not exactly the same. There's not a rubric. We're taught how to do these things, and all we're doing is we're looking for sincerity in your belief, right? We're not checking the religion exactly itself. We're looking for your sincerity. We're looking for your belief system, why you believe it's important. So it really depends on who you're with, right? Again, they can never deny its submission, but they can look at you and say, you know what? You need to understand a little bit longer, go study a little bit longer.